Hello, welcome back to part 2. Thanks for watching. Welcome back. We've just had our first night at Hogwarts. We slept very well. Exhibit today. I've also potentially slept in my clothes.
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
It's a bit fun. I mean, I appreciate you wouldn't just go wake up and bloke like get up, but I do like I've just been left behind. Oh, have some tea. Nah, skip it. See, loves the Quidditch, and we can't play it. Maybe the thing will be done on Steam. I think I saw this. I think I'm not acting crazy. Hello, friends. Lovely. Look at it. It is like a hobbit hole. I'm a big fan of that.
Don't talk to me about humiliation.
Don't talk about me. It's only a video. Can I talk to you? No, they're far too cool. Okay. Well, I've seen that before.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
Good man. Let's go speak to this lady, Lenora.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
She's awfully regal, isn't she?
Is that your owl?
I don't know who she is. Likely one of the Hufflepuffs around here. Owls choose their own company anyway.
I'm really
Wait,
great.
you're the new 5th year.
That's what she said.
Quite the dramatic entrance you made. Can't imagine wanting to call attention to yourself, especially since everyone will be watching to see how much you already know.
I have loads to catch up on. I don't think did I make that much of an entrance? I came a bit late, sure. Maybe that, I suppose that is enough. But like, people haven't been told about what I did. And that's everyone already knows. I'm sorry, I've just been staying. I thought, well, it took me this long to commute.
I am a bit concerned. I have a lot of catching up to do.
Indeed, 4 years of schoolwork is a bit... Being that far behind, I'd feel so... inadequate. Of course, presumably, as a hard-working Hufflepuff, you'll prove yourself in no time. I'm hard-working too, as you might suspect. But sometimes I think I should have been a Ravenclaw. I've rather a searing wit.
Oh, dear.
At least people have always told me so.
No one's told you that.
I'm Lenora, by the way. Lenora Everly. Well, mustn't keep you. You've such a lot to do.
What? I'll be able to...
Do you really think you should have been in Ravenclaw?
Well, my brothers were. They both work in the ministry now. I suppose you could say that wit runs in the family. My aunt was a Gryffindor, though, and I've always had plenty in common with her. Determination, valor, daring. The old sorting hat was spoiled for choice with me.
Yeah, it must have
It
been.
was nice meeting you, Lenora.
Of course. Adieu.
Adieu. So she called me inadequate. She says she's got loads of wit. Well, just show it. Show that you have wit. Don't saying a Jew doesn't add to that, by the way. Let's go have a chat with who's this? This is my boy Arthur.
You don't need to be frightened, little cat.
Yeah, Arthur Plumley.
I can't quite reach.
Come on, he went that way.
Hope they can catch him. Big castle for a student to get lost in, let alone a cat. I'm sure you'll find your way all right. I mean, it can be a bit overwhelming at first. I still get lost sometimes. Welcome to Hufflepuff, by the way. Really glad to have you in our house. I'm Arthur.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Was that your cat?
No, one of the first years, I think. Don't have any pets of my own, unfortunately. My mother doesn't think too highly of them, especially magical ones.
Sad mother. Love Arthur. He seems sweet. He seems like a massive nerd, but I'm all for that. I mean, here we are, all play Harry Potter Legacy together. I think magical beasts are incredible.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Incredible to
I think
hear that,
magical
not
beasts are
fantastic.
rather incredible.
Best thing about coming to Hogwarts. Nifflers, glumbumbles, bowtruckles. I thought they
visited
were
a
only
few times,
pictures in books before. Well, Dad did bring home a puffskein once. Mum was furious. Anyway, I better go make sure the first years caught that cat. Don't want them to be late on their first day.
Yeah, you get yourself... I'd love to ask that, but you get yourself gone, Arthur.
Nice meeting you, Arthur. And good luck finding that cat.
Thank you. Try not to get lost in the castle yourself.
Well, the beautiful thing I have is because I've got a map in the bottom left of my reticle eye or whatever, so I'll always know where I am. You are not a cyborg like I.
It's always so exciting to see the Alps.
Adelaide muttering. Adelaide Oaks.
Oh, Uncle, this doesn't sound like you. Something's
That's Wendy.
wrong. Oh, hello there. You're the new Hufflepuff, yes? I'm Adelaide. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Is everything all right?
Oh, yes. I'm just a bit distracted. Letter from my uncle. So tell me, I've been hearing all sorts of rumors. Were you really nearly gobbled up by a dragon?
See, again, I've had maybe this is just me being an idiot, but like, you know, I know the Ministry guys died, so maybe that's just made it to the news and everyone's done that, so that makes sense actually. Maybe that's what it is. Just in the Daily Prophet already this morning they've said guy gets eaten by dragon. But like I haven't been telling anyone, that Vic has. I don't want to talk about it. You try to get
If you don't
information out of
mind,
me.
I'd prefer to just forget about it.
Oh dear, it must have been bad. I mean, of course it was. I know I would have been terrified. Sorry. Well, anyway, I imagine you have lots to do. I hope you have a wonderful first day.
How about your uncle?
Are you sure everything is all right with your uncle?
Oh, yes, he travels for work, always busy. I'm sure he just wrote it in a rush. Nothing to worry about.
See, I had my guesses that her uncle's a bad person. I originally thought it might be Ranrock. Yeah. But now I think it might be other people. But I don't know, I haven't really met any bad. Well, no, we met one. Again, this is in the future, we'll get there. Nice speaking.
Thank you, Adelaide. Be seeing you.
Of course, and good luck.
Is the new Hufflepuff out of bed yet?
Poppy?
Professor Weasley's waiting for them outside the common room.
Poppy, don't give me this, oh, am I lazy out of bed nonsense. Just talk to me. Talk to me, Poppy. Hello.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs?
Well, come
Owls.
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
Here's the book.
It is a wizard's field guide.
Yeah, that was
It will
what I
help
planned.
you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Shove it in my armpit. That's some impressive
Thank you,
magic.
Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Okay.
This way.
There's something going on.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. Do keep up.
I'm literally on your tail.
Simply cast Revelio.
Revelio.
And we'll see what the guide says.
I'll self-arrest people. On the guide. Go over that. Go and continue. Go on that. Go to this. Go to that. Go to that. Because
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Yeah. Because this game obviously came out a little while ago, I assume most of you, if you stumbled across this, you've sort of seen it before. Likewise, if you are really desperate to sort of know one thing, you YouTube it, you Google it, don't you? So I will sort of skip those bits just to make it a bit
timing.
more fast-paced.
Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker.
Again, by Jarl,
Your
I mean
field
my
guide
mother.
contains
Hello.
a map of the castle.
Love to see.
Open it up and find Central Hall.
Map it, and you got it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's where I am. Cool. I now want to go to the library, don't I? And I want to go on Central. Again, I don't love to fast traveling games usually. I like to wander there, like Red Dead Redemption 2, Witcher 3, so like brilliant games. Love the exploring side
And
of
here
it.
we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
The Harry Potter's actually sort of got a mechanic that makes a lot of sense. So
You
I
can
will
get
wander,
almost
of course.
anywhere in the castle
I don't feel
quickly
that's bad
from
for doing.
Central Hall.
There's a train station.
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
No better feeling than the wind in your hair.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today.
Lovely.
And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
You got it. We can do that. Tell me about charms. I know about all these. I'm a clever man.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
There is, and I do want to tell Professor Weasley because I just feel like a Weasley is naturally a good person. Which makes me a bit terrified that Fig potentially isn't a good person because they are my bro. However, I made a secret with the teacher and that is always sacred.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said.
And see right through me.
Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you.
It's always a bit awkward when teachers have
Good
a
luck
domestic
today.
idea.
And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Please and thank you. It is very pretty, isn't it? Again, this looks like a cathedral along with being a train station. Very lovely. Hit me.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I didn't like to lie to her.
I did try to evade her questions, though I feel a little deceptive. That said, I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Sure. Complete main quest or follow the story. Do a bunch of stuff. Defense against dark art pleads. Yes, always there first.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
I know, obviously, like, being like the cleverest kid at school would have been wicked. Don't get me wrong. The best at drama, the best athlete, so on, would have been great. But I think there's nothing compared to being like the best wizard. Because yes, you're going to be big, better than like the teachers, I'd imagine. But that would be so cool to just know all this magic. Again, I think it's wicked. I think this helps me as well, doesn't it? Yeah. On the trail we blaze. Smash them. Okay. I want to sprint everywhere. There's more to see than can ever be seen. More to do. Got that flume location. I give me one in the halls. Now, as I said, I'm well aware that I need to click Revelio like all the time.
Revelio.
That's probably the only time that I do it and don't get anything. And can never be seen. That's so cool. What to do? It can ever be done. Right, hit that blue. Defense against dark arts classroom. Hello, people. And let's begin the quest.
Stupefy! Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull.
She got her priorities.
It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge.
Power. Completely agree with you there, Professor. 1878.
To the
near end of
wise,
the
age
century.
matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a
Says
weak
there's a pop-out
opponent.
scene.
Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
It's like an F1 circuit.
Levioso.
Wingardium Leviosa. Stop. You're going to take someone's eye out.
Now,
Strange.
let's try something a
Damn it.
little larger.
Pop. I love that in classroom. Umbridge would hate it. Throw me in at the deep end.
Let us begin with the basic cast.
So, whack.
See how the dummy deflected your cast?
I did.
This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember?
Levioso.
Good. Now, the basic cast.
Whack it.
Well done.
Probably.
Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast,
Flirt
and
with me,
Protego.
boy.
You may begin.
Right. Remember, I have a shield.
This should be easy.
Protego!
Stupid Protego. Complicates things.
Levioso.
Lucky.
Whack.
Nothing lucky about it.
Levioso.
Stupid. This can't be your first duel.
Levioso.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
I do enjoy a lively duel.
I would do that.
Protego!
Stupid.
If only all my students were this
Get
good.
off. Get out of here. Well, they would be able to break my potato, I'd imagine, if they use the right spell.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
They are a cool boy that I will be desperate to.
I put
gain
you on
their
the spot,
approval of.
and you rose to the challenge. Points to Hufflepuff.
Come
Thank you,
on.
Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
Teaching your ways.
I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
I mean, because I now know, I was about to go to say.
That's enough spectacle
here we
for one
lie.
day. Class is
Join my fight
dismissed.
club. Is that her way of saying join the fight club? Like, I'm well aware. Hello. Hey, Adelaide.
You dueled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
Thanks, mate. How about you, Arthur? You alright?
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
I know what you mean. Ah. Right,
Nice
so,
work.
Chinwag.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Well,
because she's like
that
there.
duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand.
Welcome
Then
to that.
again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
Although my first year of wand combat, it was never used my wand in combat. Well, those are two different things, are they not? Because first of all, I don't know if I have previously fought, aside from obviously the prologue. Within that, I was battling people without, who didn't have a wand. And also, I'm not going to talk about it. No, it's my first. I'll lie to you. Will use my Slytherin ambition to get away with it.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
What's the first rule? Sounds intriguing.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you.
I am
If
cool.
you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library,
That sounds
you
like an
just
ambition.
have to be clever enough not to get caught.
I agree
Thank
with
you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
Luke and Brattleby.
Till next time.
Good day. That's a bit creepy. Who are you?
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Imelda Reyes. It's a good thing I shan't be for the time being. Unless she goes evil on me later, I'm gonna have a pop. Flu's not there. That's so. Oh my lord.
Revelio.
Nothing. Just a pretty statue.
Nice to see you. I wish I was a metamorph Vegas.
Yeah, that'd be a cool thing.
Hogwarts has brought me and my siblings closer together. We each other.
I don't know what these do, but I've noticed like you can stroke a cat, which I thought would do a lot more. You can spin a globe, you can have tea like almost anywhere, but there's nothing else.
My siblings and I have all been sorted into different houses. Came as no surprise to my father.
They're very close, I'll leave them to it. That sounds like a private conversation. Is it about under me, isn't it? La 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 la. Ooh, there was something over there. I definitely saw it. There's also a flame here. Hello, flame. Right, I'm the Revelio. I swear. I saw something. Okay, that is just mine.
Wood!
Oh, goodness.
Get away from me!
Yeah, so for example, I can go up to this thing, and it cuts to black, like it's really cool, then you just stroke it. I used to also be I've always been a dog person. I used to be terrified of cats. For no real reason. Well, they can be vicious. Come on. Ah. Students out of bed. Students in the corridor. They're supposed to be in the corridor. Can you use magic in the corridors? I forget. Here's a magic school.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Some of us don't necessarily want to get back to the lesson.
Let's do this. I do recognise those hockey puffs.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
What a kind person.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another.
What type of guy? Lost all his own
Do you
jokes.
even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm?
I've been in so many classrooms like this in my life.
Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Because yeah, like I'm not the cleverest. Like I can obviously say like, oh, I think this is the answer, but I always was keen to hear other people's point of view. but then no one spoke. So then I'd be that guy who's like, this seems really rude, like to the, the teacher as well. I'm waffling. That's a good point. I will waffle loads during this. I hope that's alright. I'll mainly try and keep a Harry Potter related waffle. Or just my life stories, and hope that you, again, Mum, you're just nice trip down memory lane. And I will also mumble every now and again, so I will try and speak clearly as much as I possibly can. We've got another spell to learn, so osh. Out of park, I'm a wizard.
Accio!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air.
Class outside.
After me.
There's lots of bones all over the place, aren't there? I'll go find them eventually.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree.
Wouldn't know, can't play.
So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
It's like a tennis player with the amount of grunt.
So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Oh, what? I'm up there just automatically. A bit, like, I'll step in. I'm very brave for
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, excellent control there.
There you go.
That's it!
There you go. Split it.
Splendid!
Your boy's an athlete. Your boy's a D1 athlete.
Very
Premier
good.
League, Champions
Points to
League.
Hufflepuff. But there's certainly no sport in playing
No,
without
that's
some
three here,
friendly
I'm at one.
competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit
this
of a
is what
challenge?
it's like.
Come on up.
I have played this mission before.
You'll be the blues,
as well.
just as before, and Miss
I did the
Onai,
blues,
you
so
are
this is
playing
proper
red.
Revenge.
Clear?
And obviously, you
Yes,
guys
sir.
are simulators and that, so this is just a fun little competition. I didn't like cheat last time, like knock their balls off. But I think that's probably the way to do it. Oh yeah, I see you now.
That is how it's done.
Oh yeah, no, I'll show you how a proper arsehole sports person does things.
Accio!
Get good.
I will get you back for that.
It's a good way to make friends, isn't it? I'll do this over again. Get wrecked. She was really nice to me because she beat me last time though, so I don't think this will hurt my friendship with her. I don't know. This is also so Slytherin. This is so Slytherin.
That was an execution. Watch this.
You just gotta knock me off, mate. You just gotta, be better. I'll leave that. You can have a 30, that's fine.
Yes!
That's the thing, as I said, I've been sorted into Hufflepuff a few times now, and I've also got myself there as well, via Pottermore. I'll be curious at the end of this if my
I know
mother,
everyone
hello there,
is watching,
considers
but try not to be nervous. You are
my
doing quite
actions
well.
throughout all this to be in that of Hufflepuff, or if I'm actually far more
Accio.
suited to be in another house. If that is the case, then play through part 2.
Perfect score. Remarkable.
Come on, boys! Okay. Get wrecked.
us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I feel so hollow though for doing it that way. I'm not gonna like. 'Cause this is the one she beat me
I
on.
think
'Cause
we are
I
well past
hit
interesting
on the
at this
blocks,
point.
unfortunately.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Why?
Let us see this.
This was harder. I'm just gonna focus on, doing me, getting my score.
That is how it's done.
Yeah, well done. Do a good job there. Okay. Try and time this correctly.
Not exactly your typical lesson, is it? Not that I mind.
Accio.
No, I'm an idiot still. That was
Happens to the
literally
best
the
of
one
us.
time not to do it.
Here we go.
I did that. Okay, Nancy, you're gonna get bullied here. No, I said I'm doing it right away. Come on. Right, grab you.
Very good.
Hit me off. I deserve that. Very good. Okay. The only way I can think to do this is if I not kill.
Yes!
So instantly that integrity sort of line is getting
Accio.
Quite impressive.
Well done. Well done. Hey, well, I say she's a
Very
powerful
good,
witch.
both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Thank you. Thank you for being supportive.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
See, I asked these questions because I'd never heard of Ouagadougou before. So Ouagadougou is like the size of basically like a city. It's like massive. It floats in the air. I think I thought of it as like as Asgard, and then the magic is pretty similar, but I think they were non-verbal more so, or oneness, I should say, which I think is very impressive. Because in the books, it's made to think that oneness magic is really difficult, whereas in the films, they just that chap was staring at this thing quite happily. Nice to meet you.
Well, it's been nice talking and competing with you.
And with you. I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
When I'm back to
Of
actually
course,
playing it,
you
like
can
normally
use
again,
Accio on
and
humans,
I apologise if I'm rushing through it
if
to
you're
some
so
people.
inclined.
Well, you'd be
it's
using
just,
it on clothing,
it's
to
far
be
more
precise,
fun
Bestie.
for me when
You
I'm
know
actually
it
not
won't work on
played
humans.
it. Do you?
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that. Cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
Oh, I agree with you, Cressida. Who are you? You Harry Potter?
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
Best type or professor?
A word, if you would.
Of course.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation.
That's great.
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One often gains the most from the battles one has lost.
Of course, Professor. It was a challenging match.
Miss Unai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
You got it, Professor. Thank you very much. Good. Sound food. Thank you, Professor. Take oodles of care.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
I am. Hello, Samantha. We had a class together, didn't we?
Hello, you wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you.
There's all
You're
like
the
Adelaide
student
Oaks.
everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
Why are people whispering about me? That's very kind of you to say.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Lovely to meet you, Samantha. You, take care.